If you are a grad student who wants to start a corporate job, or you already have started, you need to listen to this video because I want to share with you 5 habits that can lead to job burnout. And this is based on my own experience and also talking directly to the people who I have coached over the past few years. But before going to those 5 habits, I want to make something very clear. Job burnout is not your personal failure. It just sounds that if you have burned out at your work, it's your problem. And I try to show it this way. It's both sides. It's the workplace and you, us, as the individual who practice some habits that turn to a burnout. So it's not just you, but it sounds you because company puts the pressure on you and says, you have a problem, you have been burnt out. So this is something that I want to fix, and now I'm gonna suggest to you to get this meditation app and go fix your job burnout. But that's not the case. Both sides has to fix themselves, but I know it's very difficult to fix a workplace, but we can fix ourselves. We have control over ourselves. So in this video, my main point is towards you, but it doesn't mean you are the source of the job burnout. I'm just trying to explain the individual side in this video, not the workplace. And now with that, let's go to number 1 habit that if you are doing this, you are heading towards a burnout. If you eat your lunch every single day on your desk while you are working, that's a bad habit. You need to block your lunch on your calendar so no one can schedule a meeting with you. Of course, you need to be flexible. Sometimes something happens that you must have that meeting, so you can shift your 1 hour lunchtime, but keep it there. Don't skip your lunchtime. Even though you are not hungry, just take 1 hour break and go just for a walk and just don't work and think about work. That's something that you need to do, and I have put it on my calendar. And as I said, if it's needed, I will change it, but I will keep that 1 hour for myself to relax, take a break and rest, walk, and just don't think about the work. And when I'm back to work, I'm fresh. Sometimes I have good ideas, and this helps me and you to avoid long-term burnout. Of course, this is not going to happen overnight. If you skip one lunch, it's not going to happen. But what I'm saying is, like, if you're doing this consistently, then you are heading towards a burnout. Habit number 2 is not having a clear shutdown routine from work and life. And I know this happens because of the modern life and modern work. If you need a laptop and Wi-Fi only to work, then that work can creep into your life. You know, you have your laptop, you have your Wi-Fi. You might say, let me just check my phone or my laptop to see what's going on, just to stay up to date. And that's just a bad practice. That's a bad habit. And I understand there are sometimes that there are really emergency things that might happen at work that it needs your attention, and you need to dedicate some time from your personal life to resolve that issue. But if that happens every single day, weeks after weeks, then you are working towards a burnout and a system is broken. Something has to get fixed. If everything is emergency, then you have defined a new definition for emergency. So here what I'm trying to say is to have a work shutdown, and after that time, don't do anything related to the work. And the next habit is not taking time off from work. If your calendar looks like the one on the right with no time off, there is a problem. Recently, I was talking to someone who was not taking any time off last year, and he was saying that my manager rewards me for working hard and not taking any time off. That's the broken workplace system that I was talking about at the beginning of this video. So if your calendar looks like the one on the right with no time off, something is wrong. You need to have a backup. You need to take your times off and reset and start fresh. If you are not doing that, you are working towards a burnout. The next habit is saying yes to everything. It might be little works that you might say, oh, it's gonna just take me 10 minutes or 30 minutes. But sometimes you overestimate how much time it needs to finish a job and the other ARs and tasks that comes with it. There might be some meetings that you do not expect. There might be some alignment that you need to have with someone. There are other tasks involved to finish that, but it's just hidden. But you say yes and you accept doing that. You promise to finish it by a certain time, and you cannot because you have said yes to many things and you are overloaded with the work. You don't know which one to do first, so you have a lack of prioritization. You also have a lot of works that needs to be done, and now you are just overloaded with many tasks. So before saying yes to anything, what I do, if someone tells me to do a job, I put it on my Excel file, and at the end of the day I'm gonna say, okay, now these are the tasks that I need to do. This is for my tomorrow. I'm gonna block it into these high focus session, and I'm gonna tell them by this time I can do it, and I'm gonna give them a buffer time as well. And if someone says I need it by that time, much sooner than what I expect, then you need to talk to my manager. So make it clear that when you say yes, that yes comes with a lot of other hidden tasks and little things that might bottleneck finishing that task. So just be aware of that. Don't say a lot of yeses, but keep that AR, keep that task, and just work at the end of the day and see when you can actually deliver that task with some buffer time, and then decide whether you want to say yes to it or just no, or delegate that task to someone else. And number 5 is having a workday that is not designed by you. Someone else is gonna tell you what to do now, and you just react to whatever comes to you. You just react to it. You say yes, you just say, oh, I'm gonna do it, and then you are thinking about another task. You are not designing your day. So you need to take control of your day. You have some high focus sessions that are designed by you around the meetings that you cannot cancel. I know there are some meetings that you cannot cancel that are needed to sync with other teams, and you don't have control over them. You have to attend, and you don't have that authority to cancel. You need to attend, and it's needed for your job. But other meetings that you can cancel, and also you can design these high focus sessions around the meetings. You say, I'm gonna block this time, there is no meeting, and if someone tells me you need to do something, then I'm not available. And I'm doing that by putting myself during these high focus sessions in a do not disturb mode. So put yourself on the Teams on do not disturb. By this, you're not gonna get any notification. No one can pull you to a meeting or call. And also write what you are working on. Make it clear to anyone that you are working on what. So I'm gonna write focus time and what I'm working on. So that way, if someone messages me, they can read above where they are writing that I'm in a focus session, and they are gonna see what I'm working on because it's on my status. And if they message me or email me or ping me, they know that I'm in this high focus session, and they expect delay in that reply. So what I'm trying to say is to have control over your workday, know exactly when you have those high focus sessions, and usually for each high focus session, I have one outcome. I usually write it on a sticky note and put it under my monitor, and I know after this high focus session, this is what I'm going to deliver. This is the outcome of that. It may not be finishing that project. It may not be finishing a task that someone told me to do, because that might take more time. So it's not the whole thing that I'm going to put on my sticky note. This is what I'm going to finish after that high focus session. So have that clear, and also have some low focus sessions. And during those times, you might get distracted, you might get pinged because it's a low focus session, it's an admin session, and you have chosen to have that kind of session. It's different from the high focus sessions. So you take control of your workday, you design your day, and you know what you are going to work, when you are going to check your emails, when you are going to do the actual work, and things will not get pushed to after hours to do the actual work because all day you were just jumping between the tasks and being reactive. I hope this video was helpful. If you have problem focusing on a task and finishing your task, I have created a video on how to fix your focus. It's like a gym for focus. I'm going to put the link over here. You can watch that video. See you in the next one.